Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to start a multi-part series where I will be adding a new feature to the Dimecast.net website. The feature I want to add is right here. I want to be able to show all the different levels that episodes can be categorized as and give the way to click and view all the episodes that are assigned to a particular level. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at creating the data layer. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to do, I want to create on my interface a way to retrieve all the list. And I'm going to call this get episodes by level. And you'll notice I don't have a cast episode level item yet, so let's go ahead and create that real quick. This is going to be my entity object that will actually hold the data that will be displayed online. Do add class. And this is going to be a pretty simple class. It's not going to have a whole lot of data. Now I've created the three main properties. I want to add a fourth one for display purposes. And this is going to be level name and usage count. And this would just be used for displaying the data online. So now I've gone ahead and created my entity. Let's go ahead and actually create my actual concrete class. Oh, don't want to push it down. I want to implement the member, so I'll go ahead and stub this out. And this is going to be a pretty straightforward link to SQL statement. Nothing major, nothing earth-shattering here. So we're just going to do return and then we want to only return enabled episodes. We want to group this by the level type and the level name, because since there's going to be multiple episodes at the same level, we don't want to return multiple pieces of data. We're going to project this into our cast episode level item that we created. So I've gone ahead and I created our simple data access point real quick. Throw a quick to list on here so we can go ahead and get that to execute for us. And now let's go ahead and create a test for this, to actually test to make sure that we actually are going to be able to get data back. And in fact, I've already got one kind of stubbed out for us to save some time. So let's go ahead and call into get episodes by level. Let's run this real quick. I'm running this via the ReSharper test runner. If you don't have ReSharper, you can use NUnit or any testing framework to test this. And I know based on the data I have in the system right now, I should have 2 items. And I do. I have a beginner that has a count of 3, and advanced has a count of 1. So great, we've now implemented the data actions to bring back this information. Now we need to actually gather the data to bring back all of these based on the episode name. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. I'm going to return data in an existing entity called Cast Episode Quick View. That's just a quick snapshot of a given episode. And because I'm going to be using the level name here, just to kind of spice it up a little bit instead of the ID, I could very easily use the ID. But I'm going to go ahead and use the level name. And let's go ahead and implement that member in our concrete class. Now this statement's going to be a little bit more tricky and have a little bit more code in it, because I'm going to be creating a bigger set of data return. And I've already done something similar to this, so I'm going to go ahead and just borrow some code and make some changes to it. This get episode by tag is very similar to episode by level. I'm just going to need to change some of the places that it gets the data from. Let's go ahead and change this alias so it's not ET, it's LT. And I can go ahead and get rid of this. And I've already saved myself some time where I don't have to reset all this information. So I have now created my link statement that will actually retrieve all the episodes by level name where the names match and they are enabled. Let's go ahead and create a real quick test for that. Beginner is one of the valid names I have. And I'm going to go ahead and steal some code from above. And these are integration tests. So I assume that the data will be there. If I was not doing an integration test, I'd probably need to create the data, test the data, and destroy the data. But let's go ahead and we'll go repository.get episodes by level name. And I'll pass in the level name. Let's go ahead and introduce a variable here. We'll call this just name. We'll want to assert that name is not null. We'll also want to assert that name.count is equal to 4, I believe, is what's in my system right now. I'll put a breakpoint here and I'll run this real quick. So let's step over that real quick. And I do have three episode quick views that are returned back. They all have data in them. Now my assert will fail because I thought I had 4 records, but in fact I actually only have 3. But that's not a real big deal. That's not really the point. What I wanted to illustrate today was creating a very simple set of methods that will return my data out of my database for me. This will return me all episodes by a level. This will return me all episodes by that level name. So this is where I'm going to pass in a given level, such as beginner, and it's going to return me back everything. So there you go. Today we've just done the data access. The next time we'll actually put together some of the UI aspects, and then eventually we'll work our way to do some refactoring to refactor out some commonalities from other features that have the same type of thing. So stay tuned and hope you learned something.